You have probably heard of Moldova, the Republic of Moldova. This little country is situated in Eastern Europe between Romania and Ukraine. But did you know there is another country located between Moldova and Ukraine? Welcome to a new random knowledge video where we will be talking about Transnistria, the hidden nation of Eastern Europe. Let me explain. Back when the Soviets got in power in Russia, a new administration system was applied. Regions within the Soviet Union would be called SSRs, Soviet Socialist Republics. You would have regions such as Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia itself, for example. However, the Soviets, planning to retake Moldova from Romania in the future, decided to form a new autonomous region to the east of the Dniester River, right on the border with Romania. The Moldavian ASSR, basically present-day Transnistria. Fast forward to 1940, and the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact would be signed between the Germans and the Soviets, forcing Romania to give Moldova and other regions back to the Soviets. The Romanians would try to take back Moldova, fighting alongside the Axis. However, they would be unsuccessful, and for the next 46 years, the nation of Moldova, or better said, region of Moldova, would remain part of the Soviet Union. In this time, the region would be assimilated with Ukrainians and Russians. Now, what happened with Transnistria during this time? Well, part of it was integrated in the new Moldavian SSR, while the rest would go back to the Ukrainian SSR. Uh-oh, looks like it's time for revolution. Following the fall of communism, Moldova would become an independent state. However, the Russians wouldn't give up on it that easily. As I have mentioned before, the Soviets filled up the region with Russians and Ukrainians in order to create a big division in the region's ethnic map. With that, Transnistria, officially known as the Pridnestrovian Moldavian Republic, PMR for short, would break away from the new independent Republic of Moldova. An internal conflict between the two would follow up, leading to Transnistrian victory thanks to the help of the Russian 14th Army. The war would end with a ceasefire agreement signed on the 21st of July 1992. Transnistria would pretty much act like a parasite to Moldova, dragging it away from the European Union and Romania and holding it close to the Russian sphere through providing cheap natural resources. Although not recognized internationally, this little nation has formed its own identity, its own currency, football team, supermarket chains, and a lot of other things. But right now, in 2026, Transnistria is starting to break apart. Its lifeline, Russia, hasn't been able to provide those cheap resources to the isolated region due to the Russia-Ukraine war. The longer it takes, the worse it gets, and eventually, the separatist region might have to take the humiliating choice of reuniting with Moldova for the sake of surviving. Now, with all of that being said, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Transnistria is gonna somehow manage to survive and maybe even get recognized internationally, or do you think it will eventually fall apart? For that, write down in the comments. See you next time.